Hello everyone, welcome to Be Muscle. Today we're going to be talking about a fat loss transformation and week 1 of my 12-week cut. If you guys like this content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop this video a like as well, and also check out the foundation phase offer, part of the Be Muscle coaching at bemuscle.com. Okay, so there's currently 6 spaces left before the price doubles. Take a look. It's 8 weeks of coaching for just £39. That's under £5 per week. Okay, obviously, super cheap. So 6 spots left, and then the price will obviously double. Take a look at this. bemuscle.com. Link will be in the description below. So just going to jump into my first week of the 12-week cut. Week number 1 is complete in the books already. I'm just going to show you through the Hive, which is what I use for my clients, so you can see exactly how me and my clients work. Just touching on performance from last week from myself. So, last week, good week, 90% score, 9 out of 10. Okay, green week, anything above 75% is in green. So that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for 100% perfect weeks. Okay. So last week, targets. I had 4 gym sessions as a target, managed to hit all 4, which is really good. Cardio, I had a weekly target of just 20 minutes, managed to hit that one as well. So green for the training, which is really, really good. Nutrition, weekly meals. So I averaged 3.9 meals last week. I'll look into the exact numbers in a minute of how many meals I was basically having. But planned snacks had 0, unplanned snacks 0 as well. Just mainly stuck to my meals last week. Fruit and veg in every single meal. Managed to do that 7 out of 7 days, which is good. Protein in every meal. Managed to do that 7 out of 7 days as well. Calories. Last week I had a target of 2,800. I managed to finish on 2,755. Okay, so when I set a calorie target, there is a 50 calorie leeway. Okay, so this is basically 2,750 to 2,850. Okay, so you can be slightly below, slightly above, if you're in that sort of 100 calorie range, it will tick green. Okay, protein, my target was 180, managed to get 170. Again, still green. There's a 10 gram leeway either side, so just got in there for the protein. Fats, the target was 80, managed to get 76, so that was spot on. And my carbs are basically the rest of the calories. Okay, so if I manage to get the calories, protein and fats all green, then again carbs, whatever they are, because the calories were hit, this will be green. And to be fair, I was right on it with the carbs, just 3 grams over, which is perfect. Lifestyle, water, fractionally off, 2.4. It's basically 0.1 away from getting this one. I think it might have been yesterday, actually, the last day that let me down. I had 2 litres of water. If I had the normal 2.5, which was my target, again, it would have been perfect. Another perfect week, 100%. But again, just off. But again, this is real life. You're not going to get 100% weeks every single week. Even myself, I've been doing this for, I've been in the health and fitness space for 16 years. Been tracking my nutrition since I was 21. So what's that, about 11 years? So you're still not going to get perfect weeks every single week. Sleep target as well. Sleep is very important for muscle building and fat loss. You must be prioritizing your sleep if you're serious about it. And my target is just a minimum of 7 hours average per night. Okay, and I managed to average last week 7 hours 49. So altogether, really good week. Just off on the water, just fractionally. So basically a perfect week, really. But 9 out of 10, 90% there for me on that one. I'll just show you into the stats of when I got my gym sessions in. So again, managed to get them in. I think it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday. Managed to get one in Friday off, and then managed to do one Saturday. My new week starts on a Sunday. Cardio, managed to do that last Sunday as well, just 20 minutes. Meals, this will be interesting. So managed to, what did I do? 3 on the Sunday, 5 on the Monday, Tuesday 3, and then we had 4. 4 is my sort of normal range. I think it was due to it wasn't as hot this week, but last week it was appetite wasn't just there. And just one of the meals I literally just didn't want to eat. And then my what was it in terms of my calories? You'll see in a minute actually, because I had quite a high day on calories here. It sort of like made it tough at the start of the week, but I managed to sort of pull it all back together. No planned snacks there, veg, and here you can see the calories. So my calorie target is 2,800. So on this day I had 3,500. But the reason why I set an average calorie target for the week is so that we have time to get back into our range. Okay, so this is what we do all the time. Me, my clients, is basically, if we go over one day, it doesn't matter. We got the rest of the week to get it back. And that's exactly what I did. 3,500, I was 700 calories over. The next day, again, wasn't as hungry because I had a high calorie day, so it worked in my favor. I had 2,300, another 2,300, 2,400. Then I had a 3,027 and a 2,800. Okay, so altogether I averaged just under my calorie target, which is perfect. Okay, protein. Again, there was a low day here, 138. That was when my meals, I think, was at 3. If I had that fourth meal, again, it would have taken me up. But again, there was one day where I had 240 and I just made sure I had that. I think it was the fifth meal. That might have been a fourth meal day. Yeah, that was a 4 meal day. But I managed that day and made sure to myself, right, I need to get at least 50, 60 grams of protein in each meal just on this day, just to boost it up for me. Fats, again, really important for like hormones and body regulation. So we need a good amount of healthy fats in our diet as well. And yeah, managed to get a decent number and managed to just hold it in that average mark as well. Carbs, rest of the calories. Water, as you can see, there was 2 days where I had 2 litres and I should have had 2.5. So that's what let me down ultimately. And sleep, yeah, it wasn't too bad. 6.5 on the Sunday night. The rest was around 8. It was a 9-hour day there as well. Good to have a lie in one day, catch up with your sleep as well. Steps not tracking at the moment. Caffeine not tracking. Alcohol not tracking at this point. If I'm being totally honest as well, steps, they're probably quite low. I can get steps in as a target if my weight does need to drop more. So steps can be a tool I can add later on. Caffeine, if I was to track this, it'll probably be 1 caffeinated drink per day, and that will be my pre-workout, but only on the days I train. So the other days are 0. I don't really track my caffeine because I don't really have teas, coffees, anything like that. So there's nothing really to track there. And alcohol, I had 0 alcohol last week anyway. And obviously I don't track alcohol for this anyway. So yeah, this just gives you a rough idea of what goes on every single week in the Be Muscle coaching. And for me, every single week for this next 12 weeks, I'm basically going to go through how I would check in with clients and just check in with myself. So you can watch this video. Okay. So yeah, that was last week. Just going to touch into some data overview here in terms of measurements, body weight. So I started off at 100, dead on. Last week I was a 100.0, literally dead on. And this week weighed in at 98.9. So you can see here my total change is down 1.1 kilos. That's 2.4 pounds down in the first week. Just to give you guys an idea of where I was sitting roughly before I made my first sort of set of changes really. So if I go back here, just to give you an idea. So workouts were 3 or 4. I was training for 3 days a week for a while, and then I've gone back to 4. So technically I've gone up by a workout on here, just because really busy work and things like that. So yeah, 4 workouts. So I've gone up a workout. I'm going to stick consistently with 4 for this full 12 weeks. Cardio, wasn't doing any cardio, okay? So I've added just 20 minutes in. That's just one 20-minute session somewhere in the week where I can fit it in. Fruit, veg, protein, they're all the same. The main thing was the calories. The highest my calories were at were 3,300. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to now drop this just by 500 just to kick it off. Okay, so that's where 2,800 came in. Okay, so yeah, 3,300 minus the 500 off just to start. And I'm starting here at 2,800. Water has always been at 2.5. And then sleep. It's actually quite interesting because I haven't tracked my sleep in a while. But I gave my target at the start for 7 hours. And I'm going to see how this goes. Okay, so yeah, that's just to give you an idea on that one. Just going to go back onto data overview here. Meals and snacks last week. So again, over the next few weeks and months, I'm going to be able to see exactly how my meals pan out. So we averaged 3.9 meals per day. Obviously, there was no planned snacks, no unplanned snacks. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with my meals over the next 12 weeks. And then check-in ratings as well. Each week, just sort of rate yourself on a couple of areas and see where we are. Recovery rating here, 8. Last week, so recovery was quite good. This week I rated 9. I actually thought my recovery was really good. Again, protein was really high. Sleep was really good this week. So yeah, recovery was good. Energy levels, for me, it was 7 last week. Again, the heat, it was quite hot as well. I gave myself an 8 this week. I thought, I did actually feel more energetic this week, which was good. Sleep quality, 6, which is quite low, near that mid sort of level at 5 is quite low. We want to be up in that 7-8 range as a minimum if we can. And yeah, sort of 6, very low, again, due to the heat and things like that. Very hard to sleep at night. And this week, yeah, sleep's been really good, 9. Usually a good sleeper. Day-to-day stress, probably 6 last week, again, because of appetite, sleep, that type of thing. Just raises stress levels just fractionally. This week, again, better sleep, better food, 4 gym sessions in, bit of cardio as well. And yeah, stress down to 4 on that one. So again, really interesting day over the next, 12 weeks. It's going to be really interesting to see where I am on that one. Just going to go over the full 12-week overview. So this is my plan, and we can tick this off basically each week. But week number 1, as you can see here on the left-hand side. So for the guys watching on a small screen, I'll basically explain this. But on the left-hand side here, I have weeks 1 to 12 down here. Then I have my gym workouts, I have my cardio, fruit and veg in each meal, protein in each meal. I've got calories, protein, fats, water, and sleep. Okay, so basically what I've done is I've put my targets in for each week, and I've kind of mapped out what I'm going to do for these next 12 weeks. But this is just a plan. This can be changed at any time. Okay, a good coach will alter a plan. They won't just stick to the same thing. Okay, but it's good to have a plan at the start. So week 1, which is what we have done, is I'm just going to highlight this all the way across to here. I'm going to move myself down here, and I'm going to put this in green on this one, probably a dark green, and then the water on here I'm actually going to put in a dark red because we actually missed out on the water. So that is week number 1 done. My aim for this is basically from weeks 1 to 12, I'm actually going to stick with 4 gym sessions per week for the full 12 weeks. And I'm just going to see how it goes. I won't need to increase them. There may be weeks where I may need to reduce them due to lifestyle and things like that. But 4, it's going to be the same the whole time. You do not increase your gym workouts. Keep them at, a good routine number. Okay. Cardio, I've fractionally increased this over the 12 weeks. I'm going to see what happens here. Starting off with 20 minutes, 20 minutes, then we might go 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60. I might just cap it at an hour. But again, we'll see what happens. I might need to drop, weight might stall. I might need to increase the cardio. We might need to see. But at the minute, this is what I think. Fruit and veg, 7 days, and protein 7 days. Okay, the whole time. I will be having fruit and veg in every single meal I eat, every single day, with the protein as well. Protein in every single meal I eat, okay, every single day. Calories, this is the interesting part, okay? So what I'm going to do is take emotions aside, and I'm actually just going to put in some numbers. I'm probably going to stick to this regardless of how the body weight fluctuates. But again, if body weight does stall and I've made changes, then again, I probably need to make, a few more. So week 1 and 2, I'm thinking of sticking at 2,800. Week 3 and 4, sticking at 2,007. 5 and 6, 2,600. Week 7 and 8, then dropping another 100, so 2,500. Week 9 and 10, dropping another 100, so 2,400. And then week 11 and 12, dropping another 100 to make 2,300. So basically, every 2 weeks, I'm going to drop 100 calories, regardless of what's going on. I could have had 2 weight drops in a row. And when you have 2 weight drops in a row, technically you don't need to reduce your calories because what you're doing is working. You just need to wait until your body stalls out. But for me, this is 12 weeks of losing body fat. I want to, use these 12 weeks to lose body fat, get in, lose it, get out. Okay. I don't want to be in this cut for long. Okay. If anything, if I reach my target within 8, 9, 10 weeks, I don't need to do the last 2 weeks. Okay. So again, we'll see what happens. Protein for the whole 12 weeks sticks at 180. Protein doesn't change. Fats, really important for hormones, body regulation. That will stay at 80 grams the whole time. The only thing that changes, and the reason why it isn't a target on here, is carbs. Okay. When you have your proteins and fats set, that's a set amount of calories also set. The rest of the calories is just carbs, okay? As the calories go down, it's purely just the carbs being reduced. That is it. Nothing else changes. Water, 2.5 litres for the whole time. And then sleep, 7 hours. Again, if I can, I might see if I can increase sleep, because obviously the more sleep we have, the faster the results can come. But again, lifestyle, you need to look at your life, work, stresses, things going on, and think, okay, what's realistic? Okay, so I'm going to stick with 7 hours as my target for the whole 12 weeks. And again, I can change this as the week goes. So hopefully that's interesting for you to see that. Again, each week, I'm just going to have a look at this every Sunday morning. Obviously this morning I weighed in, filled out a few sort of check-in details, and then thought I'm going to create a video each week. And, just so you guys can see exactly how it's done on here. Okay. So yeah, that's basically that. Next week then, for me, there's no changes for next week. Okay. I have exactly the same targets, 10 targets. Okay. So 4 workouts, the same again, 20 minutes of cardio, fruit, veg, protein in every single meal, average calories, again, 2-8, protein, fats, the same, carbs, obviously rest of the calories, water the same, and then sleep the same at 7 hours. Okay, so yeah, go into the plan. Obviously week 2 is exactly the same. I've also had a weight drop as well, so I don't technically need to change anything at this point. Okay, so yes, that is basically everything. Okay, I've just gone over the week, the plan of action. And yeah, it's just, you can do these 12-week cuts, 10-week cuts, 8-week cuts, depending on your starting position. You can do this however you want, okay? This is the way I like to do it. It's just nice and simple. We're tracking calories. We're not sticking to any meal plans, okay? None of my clients stick to any meal plans. Meal plans are not sustainable for the future. It's better to track calories. You have freedom, okay? You can eat the foods you want. And yeah, as long as you're in that calorie range, you're hitting your protein, your fats are around a certain level, doesn't really matter what you eat, okay? Obviously, to a certain extent, food quality does dictate a result, okay? You don't want to be too much in the processed foods, but again, having that freedom is what allows you to stay on the plan for a long amount of time and ultimately keep your result long term, okay? So yeah, make sure you check out the foundation phase offer at bmuscle.com. When you're on bmuscle.com, if you just click on the bmuscle coaching, as you see the logo up here, and then yes, you will be on this page. Obviously you can scroll down and then you can see what's included with this. Okay, 8 weeks of coaching for just £39. Okay, really cheap. 6 spots left on this, and obviously you can check this out. bmuscle.com, link will be in the description below. So yes, I will see you next week for week number 2. We will review week number 2, see how we got on, and then yeah, see the potential changes that I make. Have a great week.